Good morning traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to this week's Trade Zone Asian session outlook. So just a couple of things for Friday. We saw gold pull back, US indexes pull back, and we saw the US dollar make a pretty decent statement. So finally broke above this resistance level here. We discussed it last week at 102. It's a pretty strong move, and it's back sitting at another level of resistance, which is 102.52. It's not exact, it's an area, but the momentum for now looks pretty in favor of the buyers, and if we can see a break of this resistance, keep pushing higher, we'd have to really think that there has been, a breakout. There has been, it's basically broken out now, but we'd like to see what happens on the next pullback. If we see a pullback and then another move higher, then we can sort of start to really confirm that this is a new higher move by buyers, and then it will come down to where's it going to end up. So the move did have a bit of an impact on a lot of risk currencies. So what was interesting is we did see Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos trade higher over the weekend, and we just can see here we had that move higher on Saturday, and then Sunday a bit more buying, but we still have this downward pressure at the moment. But with the dollar at the moment, we want to see, like we just said, we want to see that pullback, and then if we want to see more moves higher. We can see now that both the MAs are pointing higher nicely, and we can see that nice rolling slope with this new breakout. So things do look promising at the moment for the dollar. Some of the other markets, we did see oil finish the session lower with risk currencies, and gold, for instance, had a bit of a move lower after an attempted fight back, and we're starting to see a bit of indecision at the moment. So the market's sort of moving a bit sideways. We are seeing a bit of buying today, depending on what happens with the dollar. If we do see a break of this low, could be a break of this opening price on Friday, there could be a little bit of a message that buyers are trying to get back in control. But at the moment, it's a pretty sluggish start. Risk currencies, as mentioned, are trading higher. We can see they're trading higher in really straight sets to the dollar and the yen, and we're also seeing, where have I moved that to? The euro as well is trading higher to the pound, and we are seeing the dollar trading higher to the yen at this stage in the morning. So it's a pretty good, pretty nice small start from risk currencies, and most currencies, especially to the yen at this stage. So some of the other metals at the moment, so silver is trading higher at the moment as well, and we are seeing platinum trading higher as well early on Monday morning. So the onus this week will really be on data-wise. We don't have a lot coming out today. We have the Empire State Manufacturing Index, which will affect the USD, and also as we progress through the week, we have on Tuesday the climate count change, and then we have Canadian CPI data and retail sales out of the US, which should add to Powell's last comments about data. There are still comments saying that the inflation in the US is still too high, and that does sort of, it gives a little bit of confusion. There is a lot of talk now that rates will be held in the US, but I think we'll have to see more data coming out to sort of give us a more clearer picture. Coming into Wednesday, we have wage price index for the AUD, Governor Bailey speaking as well, and then we have unemployment data coming out for Australia as well on Thursday at 11:30. So the Aussie at the moment, after failing at this resistance and then seeing those 2 days of strong moves down, price still remains in a range, but if data does still come out negative and the dollar continues to push higher, we are wondering here if this new cross and slope low will turn into a test of this support down here at 0.6594, and if data does support that, that could be, we could be looking for a test there this week. Otherwise, if things become a bit choppy, with this price could end up just trading within this area here during the week. And the euro and the pound, euro as well, we've broken the trend line, starting to move down. It really comes down to, as pointed out on the dollar index, what happens with the next rally. If it does turn into a low high and we see a new move lower, and that's really basically what I'm looking for over this week with those two, and we can see the similar pattern here. We've got that trend break. We're starting to get that negative slope, so we're just looking for now a confirmation of a momentum turn with a lower high, and then the new break of that low and push lower. There is a little bit of support down here for the pound. That's at 1.2369 area and 2405 area, with the climate count change coming out and some comments from the Bank of England. It'll be interesting to see if we do see a test down to those levels. The dollar does look pretty strong at this stage, but things can change, and we'll just have to read it as it comes out. Some of the other indexes, so the ASX is open today and trading. We did have negative US leads on Friday, but we have a small, move lower at this stage, and the cash market is trading 0.14% lower at this stage today. So we would expect that there could be some losses as well coming out on the Nikkei when it opens as well, with the weaker US leads, but that could be offset by a weaker yen. And if the yen does continue to weaken today, it could help the Nikkei throughout the session today. So other things, so crypto, as we touched on Bitcoin, so we did see some buying on cryptos this weekend, but it was pretty lackluster, to be honest. We haven't seen, and this morning's pretty flat open. Just looking at Ethereum. For these two at the moment, we have a lot of demand down to 1736, but we don't have much buy momentum above 1802 right now. So it looks pretty subdued at the moment, and we'll probably be looking for a bit of an influence to try and find some direction. It would be looking maybe for a test of the low or a test of the high, just to find out who's really in control, and if we are going to see some direction try and be found during the week. And some of the other cryptos as well, we are seeing ADA up 0.60% at this stage, and Litecoin's up 0.92% at this stage in the morning. It's a pretty firm bar here after a pretty solid weekend for trade. This is the area that buyers will need to beat. It's at 84.52, and if this is a new trend, we've had one lower high and a good looking little pattern just here, but we'd like to see if we do get a move up to there, a break of that move, or if we do see some selling, a move down followed by a new higher low and a push up to test and break this area here. So finally, before we sort of wind up and just go over the rest of the news, oil has come online. It is slightly lower at this stage in the morning, so this downtrend continues to push on, and we'll just look to see if this selling does continue, if we do see another move down to test this area at 67.33, or if we do see some support and we do see a lower high, this will be the area that buyers will need to break at 73.58. So technically a couple of things to watch this week. The yen is the one I'm really watching at the moment today. If we do see continued selling in the yen, there's a couple potential continuations, and gold as well. Even though it is a bit range bound, the interest is if we do see a hold above this level here at 2000, and has seen a bit of support down to 2001, and if buyers can get going and then maybe set off a new rally to try and test 2035. But the overall shape of the rally right now is pretty junky, and there's not too much momentum at the moment, but sellers are also having a hard time below the 2007 point. So some of the other things to keep out this week, it's really it actually. We have Fed Chair Powell speaking on Friday, and Bank of Canada Macklem speaking on Friday early in the morning. So some unemployment claims as well on Thursday. So the other one to keep an eye on this week as well will be the debt ceiling issue and how that progresses this week. And if we do see some positive news on that, you really doubt that the US will default on its debt. It might go down to the wire. So the Republicans at the moment are holding not really the Democrats hostage, but they are using it as a bit of a weapon to try and get through a few things to sort of help them. At the moment, that instability around that looks to be helping the dollar, and also off the back of last week's data has given the dollar a boost. So there's a few things mainly revolving around the dollar. We'll just have to see as well if we just get what is the next move on the dollar, and if we do see a bit of a move lower turn into a higher low, and if we can see a real confirmation break of this resistance here that we saw that move above on Friday. So that's it for today's update. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and feel free to subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and give us a like. It would be appreciated. Any comments, feel free to drop us a comment as well. And yeah, all the best for the week. Good trading, and bye for now.